Hey, what? I need surgery. Hold on. Y'all can't just give me something to take, some antibiotics or a shot or something. Wait, hold on. Let me. The doctor said I need surgery. Hold on. Let me make a phone call. Hey, y'all. Hey, let me rewind this. I had got. So after the passing of my brother, I couldn't go to my main job because it was just too much going on. So before the holidays, I this guy came to us, me and this other girl, and was like, "Hey, I have an opportunity for you guys to take care of some business for me." Totally legit, totally legit. He had contracts and everything, and we knew the family, kinda sorta, and it was to provide a service, for him, his mom, and his dad. So we was all in, especially when we got the contract, because it was too good to be true. Do you hear me? Like, the job was too good to be true. But we knew that they needed the service. So how could it be too good to be true? So I ended up, landing the job. The job paid $8 more than I was making. Great. Benefits out the wazoo. Holidays, vacation, 401k. Like, I'm telling y'all, everything you want in a job. Do you hear me? I was going to be one-on-one with my client. This is the most he did throughout the day. This is their little area, their little family compound or whatever. So I was out making this video one day or whatever. Still too good to be true, but I knew that I had a decision to make, because the insurance that they were offering wasn't going to take place until April the 1st. Okay? April the 1st. Peep that out. So after, I went on ahead and accepted the job. Everything was all good. The lady has started, they watch their president all day long, which I don't have a problem with it. You paying me, you can watch what you want. I don't have a problem with that. They never made any comments, no racial comments or anything like that. So everything was all good. They are really nice people. They are. And I was like, oh my God, I couldn't go back to my real job because, like I said, I could not do the work that was required of me in such a bad headspace that I was in, right? So I'm trying. And like I said, I got this job. So the woman had kind of started acting away, asking if we seen this, if we seen that, items in her house. Nah, I ain't for none of that, because, baby, I don't want your stuff. I done worked in plenty people houses, millionaires. They were also millionaires, but like, I've worked in plenty people houses, so I don't need your money besides what you're paying me for. I don't need to take no Dawn dishwashing liquid and some sugar. She had asked us if we seen it. Girl, sugar $2. So is Dawn dishwashing liquid. Like, what are we doing? But anyway, she had started saying, different things like that. I didn't know if dementia was setting in or what have you, but she was a swift woman. So, nah, she knew what she was saying. But anyway, God knew what he was doing. This was a dream job. I was one-on-one with a client. I didn't have anything to do besides be one-on-one with that person, and I was getting paid $8 to $10 more, right? So just one day, out of the blue, she was like, well, I'm only gonna need one person, this, that, and the third. I won't need two people. So that X out one person. Well, I've heard the guy had 24-hour care. So I've heard all the ladies' stories that I was working with, and they needed the job more than me. Not saying I didn't need it, but I wanted it. But then God started revealing things to me. He started saying, how is that going to serve? You work for me. How is that going to serve a purpose for me? How are you going to fulfill your purpose for me? Like he works through us, right? And I was like, I was fighting it because, baby, I wanted that money. That was some good money. Do you hear me? And I kept fighting it, and I kept fighting it until one day, I was like, nah, I'm not worried about it. The other girls can have it. I'ma just dial back, right? So I dialed back or whatever, and I started eventually creeping back into my other job 2 days a week, 3 days a week, whatever I can handle mentally, right? So after I started dialing back to my other job or whatever, I was like, okay, God, I see what you're trying to say. Well, we went to, I'm going to have to do a part 2, y'all. I'm sorry.